All right, today we are redoing the bar once again. Man, I'm gonna get this bar fixed eventually. We're also gonna be working through some GitHub issues and just some general housekeeping with everything that's going on with the system. I do want to start on a script once I get something a little more finalized. The big thing is trying to finalize this distro. Let's just pull up chat here. See how everybody's doing this morning. What's the update on the 2080 GPU break? Well, the good is I did get a full refund, so I didn't have to pay any issues because it was damage in shipping. So I went ahead and got all that fixed, so that's great. Yo, Chris, been watching your WinOneShot videos. You get on too early for me. Loving it looks so far. Yeah, Pun. I think the big thing with WinOneShot that I really like is anyone and everyone could use it. There is no configuration. You just run it, and it'll just do what you need it to do. So, very, very cool. This is not Hyperland. This is BSPWM. Pretty old, actually. This is a very old desktop. The bar up top's very temporary. So, that's where I'm like, I need to add padding and just make it look better. And obviously, the gap at the top is not intentional either, so... just a few little tidbits here to keep cleaning this up. I'm probably going to be saying the same thing 12 months from now, but I do feel like this environment is really becoming a permanent one for me, to where I can just do whatever I want to do, install whatever I want to install, and then never have to worry about anything ever breaking. And you can't really say that about too many Linux desktop environments. It's pretty easy to break a lot of them, but you know, this one I think is probably the hardest to break yet. We'll see. Give me time. Can I run any Windows app in a Docker container? Pretty much, Sarah. There's not very many I don't do in a Docker container these days, especially in like a server environment. One Windows application I use Docker all the time to do is Ubiquity's Unify controller. Yeah, I tell you what, Ubiquity has these awful cloud keys. They're like $200. I think they still ship with like a spinning platter drive, and they're slow as molasses. And they're just terrible. If you know Docker, like, why would you ever use a cloud key? Just use Docker, install, it even has a container. You don't even have to build it. It just Unify controller. Boom, throw it up on a Docker device that you have in your environment and thank me later, because man, the boot times are 10 times as fast as those crappy cloud keys, and they're free instead of paying $200 for a slower experience. So yes, long answer there is, yeah, absolutely. It's very easy to emulate any Windows program in a Docker container. I don't think I've ever failed at that yet. Can you make test branch for WinUtil so we can do a new PR? Oh, yeah. Live underflow. I just did a PR this morning for a couple issues we had with our service tweaks in WinUtil. Let's go ahead and make a new test branch. We're going to call this one... Ooh, let's go branch. Let's create a new one. We're going to have to name this one 5... What is today? 1623 test branch. Well, we'll just call it test. We'll call it testing. There we go. Because I've been merging so many of these test branches. We've had some issues with WinUtil in the past week. Just to let everybody kind of fill you in on that. Let's just say is a pull request. Let's show you what's been merged this past week, because I've been busy on it. So has Pad and Derp. They've put a lot of stuff. Just in this past week, we have done... One second, we're not done yet. Literally from here all the way to the top is all the pull requests we've done in the past week on the WinUtil. Lots of fixes. The services thing we did on the last stream caused some problems, but we've worked through those. I'm still glad we did it, because we still needed to get the original thing, but working through a lot of those issues is the big thing that we've been doing. And we have 255 issues open. I want to get this kind of cleaned up today as well. So let's see what we got. Let's push you to number 3. All right. So there's our test branch created. All right. Let's knock out some issues, shall we? We got 255 to work through. A couple interesting ones. This was usually when a power profile like this does, it doesn't reference it real time. You have to reboot. He's never really responded. I'm gonna go ahead and close this issue because that does work. Probably another issue with that, adding a power profile, sometimes people hit it twice, which is kind of like, all right. Well, let me take this. I'm going to just push this in number 1. And let's go through. Oh, you just need to open up the power option again before running the tweak. That's funny. Yeah, so you don't even need to reboot. Just reopen it again. And that's why I was like that. We did have some issues with this. I think it was the win management. This one was never really responded to, but I feel like this was resolved with our latest push, or our latest PR as well. And this one, I think it was CIM server. I think this one I'm going to leave open. We need to set CIM server to an automatic because this is the customer experience improvement program is what CIM is. And that's set to not send stuff to Microsoft, but a lot of undos rely on that service. So I'm going to leave this open as that's something we need to change in the undo. Yeah, this was resolved in, I think it was like 760. Let's close. This is one issue I've seen where people click the button too many times. There is a manual way to do it here. I would prefer to take a look at that remove ultimate profile again. Let's set up a test instance so we can check this out. Do we have? Oh, we don't even have a Windows instance open. Let's fix that. I think we could. Let's just add images and probably go into root. Oh, let's see here. My brain is not working today at all, guys. This is going to be a rough stream, to say the least. But that's okay. For our test environment, I think we'll do Windows 11. Just because... let's go 6 CPUs. I'll probably do 10 gigs of memory. 40 gigs is fine. That's going to be Windows 11. We're going to have to change some settings here. I think, do we have UEFI? I think we can just do UEFI. I don't think i440 is going to work on AMD. So we'll do that. And then I think we also need to add like a TPM module. Emulated. I want to say, you got to set this to TIS maybe? I think it was TIS version 2. Let's see if that works. No, I had a ton of coffee, man. Probably a little too much. I've got the jitters. I usually do pretty good on that, but not today. I was like, just give me all the caffeine. I think I'm at like about 320 grams of milligrams of caffeine so far. So yeah. Alrighty, 11 Pro. Wonder when. Oh, you know what? We are running an older version of QEMU. I wonder if this is gonna bomb out on us. I believe with those workarounds we should still be okay. But let's see. We'll know once we get to the installing features section. How many times have I installed Windows in my life, I wonder? Probably over 1,000. I don't know. It's a lot. It is a lot. What happened to the gaming VM? I took out the secondary graphics card. Does FTPM work with Windows 11? I don't know. I want to say there are, like, I think 1.2 does not, and it has to be a 2.0. And I think you had to change it to that TIS 2.0. I remember messing around when Windows 11 first came out, so I was doing it in, a virtualized environment, of course. So only crazy people upgrade to the latest operating system when it's released. But yeah, I think this is what I did. Looks like it works. Let's see. Can we scale that? Hey, Magnus! 5 months, man. It's been flying by. I gotta say, I have loved streaming. I love that you guys keep coming back and just chatting with me. Oh, it makes my day so much better. Absolutely love it. Yeah, the firmware hardware type doesn't really matter, but Windows 11 does want 2.0, yeah. So, yeah, I'd probably leaving it, what was it, CIF or CIR? I can't remember. Probably would have been fine. Just make sure you do 2.0. That reminds me, I forgot to load the avatars. I do love the avatars. For all the subs when they chat, having a little person pop up with the text window. That's cool. Alrighty. Live underflow about Ninite. I'm not sure how they bundle their executable. It's a neat, interesting program, but these days with like PowerShell and many things, heck, even my Toolbox is more powerful than a Ninite. Although with Ninite, I think the professional version, you do have offline installers, and how they bundle those would be interesting to see. But I mean, who doesn't have the internet? So I kind of like, I guess if you're distributing amongst like a company, but then even then, I'd much rather deploy it through like Active Directory instead of doing like an independent Ninite setup. So yeah, I don't know. Ninite's kind of like a relic of yesteryear. I can't tell you the last time I actually did anything with it. Let's just go studio test. But I always encourage people to try it, man. That's not a bad idea. If it shaves time off your install times, go for it. All right, work and school all the way. Domain join, and then we just say test. And then if you just don't enter anything for the password, you skip over all the security questions, privacy settings don't really matter. All those will be changed. And then it just boots you right into the desktop. Any thoughts on Nintendo's recent takedowns on GitHub? Sounds like Nintendo. Nintendo's really, really protective of their stuff, but to its own detriment. Like, that's going too far. Like, I want to say, was it the Super Smash drama that happened, I think, this past year with Nintendo and them doing takedowns and other weird stuff. Nintendo goes a little bit, it overreaches. They don't understand a lot of that. I think they've even copy striked some creators, which is super stupid. Like, don't attack a social media guy. That's just like beyond stupid. All you're going to do is anger your existing fan base. And they're going to talk bad about you. And you're just hurting your brand at that point. And people are like, well, I'm going to boycott Nintendo. And then you lose thousands upon thousands of dollars for what? It's just silly. Nintendo is just silly. But it doesn't surprise me about the takedowns on GitHub. Oh! Are you, so you're still on rocking Nobara then, Magnus? Nobara's good. What makes you think that you're gonna move on from it? I like Glorious Eggroll's work. Let's just check our update, shall we? Yeah, Nobara does a good job. I think I ran it for a little bit, but I'd really like to tinker. And Nobara's kind of like install it and be happy with the settings that it gives you kind of distribution. Like, he does a great job, but if you tinker too much, you're going to break it. Which, we all know how that ended up for me. Let me just grab this COPR. Let me just grab that one. Let's get that one too. And then pretty soon, before you know it, I'm like, how much is this actually Nobara anymore? It's, not really. So, yeah. And the problem with Nintendo too is they are using such old hardware at the Nintendo Switch. Like, if you want to pirate all their stuff, you can just download every Nintendo Switch game ever made. There's easy ways to grab all that stuff, and it's really easy to emulate because the Nintendo Switch is like made of a potato. Hell, you could emulate almost every Switch on the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck's not even that powerful. So if Nintendo really wants to piss everybody off in the development community, they literally will see piracy increase 1,000-fold. And there's nothing they can do about it. They're literally just hemorrhaging money at that point, shooting themselves in their own foot, so to speak. Nintendo just doesn't understand. And probably just a bunch of old men up there that just don't get how the world works. Yeah, I bought Tears of Kingdom, then tried it the next day on PC. I bet it works pretty well. No Dust? How is it on PC? I know my kids have been playing it a little bit. My daughter loves Zelda. Yeah, it runs just fine. I figured. I really love, what was it? I think it's Retro Achievements that has a really good achievement tracking program too for those that do emulation. Let's see, where are we at? So we're gonna do the toolbox, do the performance profile, and then let's check that remove performance profile. We can probably do that while this is going as well. One other thing I'm noticing too. Did it grab? Nah, did not. One thing I do want to check out on this virtual machine as well. Let's just browse images, and I think there was a VirtIO tools. I think this one, 229, should be relatively up to date. Let's just apply that. Yeah. And I want to just run these VirtIO tools. And actually, now I'm thinking about it. Do we have... Oh, man. I forgot to add one more thing. I think we'll throw an agent, QEMU agent in there as well. I prefer Windows 10 to avoid Microsoft's new nonsense. I don't blame you there, Ninja. But I'm pretty sure E-cores are better utilized in Windows 11. Yeah, I would say. You know, them kind of sunsetting a lot of... Ah, there we go. Yes. Them actually sunsetting a lot of Hyper-V stuff makes it a little easier, because the scheduling in Hyper-V is vastly different than a lot of Windows 10 virtualized. Yes, run. The scheduling changes a lot, how the CPU schedules stuff. Which, let's see, I'm gonna run this. Should be able to run all this. It probably won't install anything until reboot, but let's just do that. We'll close this, give it a shutdown, and restart. No, Roji, love your streams. Just finished building KDE Plasma Desktop on Debian server. Now that I have everything looking good, what can I do to further my progress in Linux experience? In other words, what can I do to gain more experience in using Linux? I really love virtualization in Linux way more than any other operating system. Like just using virtual machine like this, oh, it really unlocks a lot of Linux's power. Like Linux is it's a virtualization monster. Like so much better than every other operating system. So I would lean into what Linux does really well and what Windows and Mac suck at. So virtualization's one. Man, Linux is so light years ahead of Windows and Mac in virtualization. So learn virtualization, QEMU with virt managers, amazing. Or if you want to just do like QEMU and which one did you pick? Debian server. You could probably do quick EMU with that one. If you want to just do QEMU from command line, or use quick EMU for GUI front end, you could do that, or use it the way I use it with virt manager like this, virtual machine manager. Amazing, love it. So virtualization would be the first step. Really learn it. It's fun, and you can do anything. Like if you need to spin up a Windows instance, you just throw it on there, and you can go launch whatever thing you miss. So virtualization is the second step, I'd say, for learning. The third, leverage Docker and really learn it, or maybe Podman. I haven't really messed with Podman much, but same thing. When it comes to containers, oh geez, there's so many cool things you can do with containers in Linux. That's another thing. It's like virtualization, but you don't have to spin up a whole virtual machine for it. It just gets the essential components and away you go. So if you need something, you can just launch a container. I would say those two things would be the first items I'd tell someone to learn. So vital in everything And it just makes you so powerful. You can take one computer and basically make it act like a server rack. 42 server rack with just full of systems because of all the stuff you can do with it, with the Linux front end. Yeah, LXD is fun to learn too. Oh man, I love that. Yeah, I think if you're looking for PCI pass-through and stuff, I would check out Quick Pass-Through from Hikari Knight. He just redid it in Golang, and it's really good. How are we doing here? Looks like we're flatlined on our PC usage. Oh, come on, Microsoft. Install. Let's look at the topology. Nah, topology's garbage. I don't know why it's always like this, but whatever. Let's fix the topology. I'm tired of waiting. I know, don't turn off your computer. But I'm like, it's taking too long. We're gonna force it off, see if we broke our fresh Windows instance. That's like super dumb. It's fine. It's just Windows. Yeah, it does the same on VMware Workstation too. 6 sockets. I don't know why it always defaults to that. But yeah, I always set sockets to 1 if you're especially using something residential like this. Hell, even most server motherboards, it's only 2 sockets. Yeah, I don't get why it's like that, but such is life. All right, let's change. Display still a little bit off here. Let's go device manager. Do we have one other tweak I like to do for my VMs? We've done quite a few, but the display, where are you? Video, VGA. Yeah. So that's junk. I really like VirtIO as the best. Now, if you don't have VirtIO or you don't have the drivers installed like I already have installed, what I would probably do is like a QXL driver. QXL is pretty universal and gives you a much better output. And if nothing's working, VGA is always going to get you the desktop, but you're going to just not have much in the way of a resolution. So be watching that. Yeah. This one's actually not the one-shot script. This one's just, we're going through some of the GitHub issues on the Windows utility. Just making sure we're kind of cleaning up some stuff. The React feature, I think, is supposed to make it to where, like, I can see, like, certain parts of the stream where people reacted the most or something. I don't know. I really stopped messing with markers and a lot of that because I've just gotten so good with the resolve. I can skim through the stream after I end and I'm like, okay, I have a couple videos in there I can probably pull together. All right, let's go here. Should see Red Hat VirtIO GPU driver. So now let's go display settings and 1080. Beautiful. It's still a little bit, maybe VirtIO is not the way to go here. Those frame rates are not quite as good. Let's pull up Explorer, see. Oops, nope. I forgot about hotkeys. My bad. Give me that full screen. All right. Let's switch this over to QXL. It just feels a little bit laggy on VirtIO actually. I mean, not laggy, but the frame rate feels like it's a little off. Let's go QXL. Does not support QXL? Really? Let's wait for it. Really? Is that not gonna work? Why wouldn't it support QXL? Should I get a Steam Deck or the new Rogue Ally? I don't know, Omega. I really like the Steam Deck mainly for the software. So I use my Steam Deck every day. Like, I don't even game on my regular PC anymore. I have a lot of PCs, but for the most part, I don't even game on them much because I like just laying in bed and pulling up my Steam Deck. So, yeah. I'm a Steam Deck fanboy all the way. But I know the Rogue Ally has better specs. So if you like to tinker a whole bunch, maybe Rogue Ally, but I'm kind of like, nah. The Steam Deck's just such a good experience. It feels like an actual console, where the Rogue Ally is more of like a computer. So it just depends on what you want. But for me, it's an easy choice. Buy the 64-bit or 64 gig Steam Deck, the cheapest version for $300, I think, or $400. How much is the cheapest version? Just buy the absolute base model and then go in and buy a 1 terabyte NVMe. That's a 2230. You can get these for about $100. Maybe it probably should be around there. So you'll end up spending like 400 total, but you'll get a 1 terabyte Steam Deck. Oh, beautiful. That's my advice. Grab the Steam Deck, grab a 1 terabyte 2230 NVMe. The install, if you've ever built a computer, you could easily install that. It's so simple. Pull out your Steam Deck. That's what she said. Oh, I love it. Let's see what we have. libvirt, QXL. Is there a QXL driver? Oh, okay. QXL Spice support was removed for Rel 9. That's what the problem is. Interesting. Oh, Spice and QXL were removed in Rel 9. Lame. Man, I didn't even know this was a thing. Update for WinUtil video on main channel will be Friday. Tomorrow I'm going over registry cleaners. I have quite a history with registry cleaners. So that'll be a fun video tomorrow. Because most people don't really understand them. Why they were there, what they were actually good for, why you should probably never use them today, and why you would use it today. All good things to talk over. What in the world? Alright, install QXL Rel 9. Reddit's really... Honestly, here's how the internet works today. Literally just type in whatever you're going to search, and then type Reddit. It feels like that's the only way you get good answers. Oh, you still use VMware? I usually can get some pretty good performance out of using QEMU. Especially doing like PCI pass-through. But why? I'm just trying to figure out why QXL was removed. It's not like the end of the world. Oh well. So be it. VirtIO it is. Yeah, so the Steam controller is a fantastic device. I love it. I still love my Steam controller. But that's not Steam's fault. They got sued by Scruff. Because of the back paddles on the Steam controller, they lost, I think it was, they ended up paying out, I think the settlement was around $6 million from Scruff patenting buttons on the back of a controller. So, yeah, Scruff's just a giant patent troll at this point. And that's what they did. They put buttons on the back of a controller on the Steam controller, and then they didn't pay Scruff to do that because they wanted to make it affordable at like $30, and Scruff sued them for the $6 million in damages or something crazy, and they won. Don't get me started on patent trolls. Oh my gosh. But I will never buy a Scruff product because of it. Scruff can go pound sand. But the Steam Link was killed, and that was an interesting product. I have one. I'd never really used it. I set it up once, and I'm like, this is cool, but meh. Moving on. I barely use my Steam Link. What are your thoughts on WinUtil web version? Oh, I mean, it's kind of my deal. Scuff, not Scruff. Nah, I said it right. They're scruffy. They're scruffy little nerf herders. No. Yeah, Scuff. They're just a giant patent troll. So don't ever spend money to buy a Scuff controller unless you want to just hand over your hard-earned money to them. Evil. Evil. I don't have a secondary GPU in there. I'm actually building a computer for my son. He wanted to build one, so I'm going to give him my secondary GPU. It's an old Vega 64, but it's a massive card. It's a beast. Here, I'll show it to you guys. You'll be like, what? Here we go. Look at this beast. It's so large. It's just huge. It's a mammoth of a card. It was a good little card, but I didn't want to use it any longer. It was just so power hungry, and I put it in that case. It kind of made a little bit too much noise for my liking. But yeah, that's what he's gonna get this weekend. Might take some alcohol swabs and clean that. But those pins look a little dirty, but still better than that eBay card. All right. Matrix or Narnia, maybe a bit of both. I think they discontinued the Vega series. I hadn't seen it since. Yeah, there's a ton of old cards. Somebody even saw my video about the broken card endeavor we had, and ended up reaching out and said, hey, do you need some old RX 480s and 580s? They were just going to give them to me, and I was like, that's cool, but I don't know what I'd do with them. I guess I could use them for emulation, but I was like, man, I don't know. All right, let's launch our script here. Probably need to install Chocolatey. Fully hide a VM? It depends. I could probably look up the steps. I've done it before when NVIDIA used to really punish people for trying to do like PCI pass-through. These days, NVIDIA doesn't even block it. I want to say from the 2000 series onward, NVIDIA doesn't block virtualization. What do you play daily on your Steam Deck? I'm embarrassed. I don't want to tell you guys what I've been playing daily on the Steam Deck. You're gonna think differently of me after I show you. But I'll go ahead and show you guys. 1 second. This is not my proudest moment, but it's this Honker's Railway launcher. It's a flat pack, and yeah, it's basically Genshin Impact's successor. That's like a turn-based game. Yeah, I'm a bit embarrassed, but I kind of like the game. I've gone full weeb. I've gone full weeb over here. Rising with anime wallpapers is next. Unfollowed. Oh man. Yeah, they actually have like an anti-cheat that blocks Linux by default, so I had to use like a custom launcher project to get this working on Steam Deck. But the flat pack works phenomenally well on Steam Deck. I went ahead and tracked all the telemetry servers that they use, Hoyoverse, and put that in my host file to block any communication back and forth as well. So it should patch pretty well. I just kind of want to play this for the rest of the game now that you said that. I'm kidding. I'm not going to torture you guys. Yep. How's the performance compared to Windows? I find it better in Linux because there's no telemetry and it's a bit patched. So there's a lot of extra BS going on in the background with Genshin's the same way. And kind of stripping that out, it makes it a little bit better. Amug is like, sorry I asked. What if we went to Hype Train? Yeah. I would totally play whatever you guys want me to play at that point. Okay, let's first ooh, that frame rate. What do we got? There's gotta be... Let's go into VertIO. There's something happening with our frame rate. Let's go advanced. 8-bit, okay. Screen refresh, 64 hertz. Well, that's an odd number. Well, that's probably why it is the way it is. 60... What? We gotta look into that real fast. 64 hertz QMU monitor. Say what? That's kind of an interesting bug. Referral fee. I don't think they're doing those. Okay, 64 hertz probably indicates GPU drivers are not in... Interesting. Let's see if we can't find why it's like that. Use the Virgil drivers. Let's check if we have Virgil drivers. I don't know if we do. Let's do a Virgil. I think it was Virgil. No? Sure. Yeah, let's just update on stream. Oh, we're not even using the custom drivers anymore. I forgot about that. Oh, we might need... You know what? I'm shutting this down. I know exactly what's going on here. I forgot I uninstalled the OpenGL and Mesa. Oh, geez. Because I removed the proprietary drivers from this system. Because I was installing that 2080 that ended up being bad. All right. Rat, if you ran it like a day or two ago, I just finished a PR push to fix a lot of those issues. It's probably the MGMT service that's causing problems, or Windows Management Service that's causing those Security Center issues. I think just running the tweaks again will get you where you need to be. I would just go to, like, if you're going to do it, I'm going to wait for this to go. I can show you, but we just did a commit this morning on that. Here, I'm going to exit that. Let's push you to workspace 2. I've already done a bunch of tutorials on QEMU. There's a good little copy paste guide on the website. If you're interested in doing this, check this out. Just go QEMU. And if you're using Debian-based distro, like Debian, Ubuntu, Pop, God, there's just a billion of them. Then click that one. If you're using like Arch-based, you know, you'd want this one right here. And then you can just come in here and you check to see if you have that, copy that, paste that into like here. Okay, it's reading proper virtualization. Then just copy that, paste that, and then it install all the stuff you need. And you don't need to do status on the server. You can just, it'll automatically enable it. I've never seen that fail. And then I would change this to net auto start. I would copy that, paste that in there, and then verify that it looks like that. And then just copy this to user mod. So then when you go to groups, you'll see that you now have a disk group, a KVM, libvirt, and input group. This you might require you to log out, log back in to see properly, but that's it. And you're good. And then probably do just launch Virtual Machine Manager and you're done. Very, very simple. I also did, I think I made an article about it too. Quick EMU. I did. Quick EMU is a really cool project too. I think this is Ubuntu only because it's using PPAs, but very, very neat, where it has 300 something spins. Everything's already been created and configured, and it sets up everything as it should be, all the VM settings properly. And I did a video on it, quick virtual machines. So Quick EMU is really, really amazing. Love that project. I think it was like Martin Wimpress or somebody. I remember turning me on to that, but very cool. What about Fedora? I did do a video. Actually, I did it live on stream. If you go to YouTube at Titus Tech Talk, go videos, it would be, wait a second. I think I'm so far ahead in my video production from all these live streams that I don't even think, do I have it on here? Oh, 17th. Oh, it comes out tomorrow. Yeah, virtual setup on Rail, Rocky, and Fedora. It's a 7-minute video. We did it live, and with just some minor edits, we got the entire install process and everything in 7 minutes. Doing it live. So if I cut this down, you could probably make this like a 3-minute video because of all the banter back and forth we get with the live streams. But even the live streams, this run right here, boom. Real world install using Rail, Rocky, or Fedora. This will get you what you need for QEMU. So that's coming out tomorrow, Titus Tech Talk. So there's the Fedora love. I haven't forgot about Fedora since, well, Fedora is based on Rocky, so to speak. Yeah, I pretty much gave up on the whole Resolve and Linux kind of thing. I'm just going to boot into Windows and edit my videos there. That's terrible to say. It's mainly that there's no feature parity. That's the problem. So for me, missing the YouTube upload tool, we're talking, that's going to cost me hours every time I go to edit a live stream. So I'm just going to boot into Windows and do it there. Sadly, that's what I ended up resolving to. Oh, what happened here? Huh. Oh, that's right. I shut it down. It's like, well, Let's do a search for Mesa. I think we need Mesa Vulkan drivers. Oh, those are already installed. I guess. Thought we had. I guess we can do libgl. Let's do libgl devil. That'll grab a bunch of dependencies too. Just to make sure we have access to all of that. I don't think we're gonna need it, but RockM OpenCL. Ah, okay. Let's see. Can we get a RockM? Well, that does work. Okay. GLX info. Yeah, we got GLX info going. Spin out a bunch of crap. Okay. I think grep open CL. Oh. Okay. Well, we definitely have Mesa. We have that. Let's relaunch Burp Manager. See if it's any better. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Oh, I just removed the AMD proprietary drivers. We're just running off of stock kernels now. We don't even have DKMS installed anymore. So we're good. I don't think, did that fix it? Maybe. No, I think that frame rate's still off. Not quite what I was looking for on the virtualization aspect. Close, but not quite. Well, all right. Oh, Looking Glass. I think I did one a while back. I did a bunch of streams where I showed the Looking Glass setup, but I don't even have a second GPU to do it anymore. Translate Morse code. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. Let's just check this out real fast. We're going to try and do that power performance. That's the whole reason why we were doing all this. I just didn't feel like booting into Windows to do it. So we're just virtualizing it. Okay. So we have that. Let's go to tweaks. Let's add the performance profile. Go to power options. Did they remove the advanced option here? Interesting. Looks like they did. Let's see if it's on the old control panel. Let's just pull up old control panel. Small icons. And power options. Ah, yeah, it's still here. Interesting. Okay. So there's ultimate performance. Now, what happens if I remove it? So that says it's removed. Let's just exit back. Go back into power options. Still there. Interesting. All right, let's close the window altogether. Go back into control. Still there. So this does not exist. Let's reboot. Maybe it does require a reboot. Dude, 15K in print orders. Hell yeah, Michael. Get it. That's awesome, man. Win32 disk imager is actually pretty good. If you're in Windows and you need to image an IMG file, it's the one I'd use. It's free too. I think it's a... Oh, what's that? The open source... I think it's a SourceForge project. Win32. I don't think it's been updated in like 10 years, but it still works fine. All right. Ah, it's still there. What the hell? Huh. Interesting. Oh, no. No, it did. Why didn't this remove the plan? Let's investigate. Well, I mean, I couldn't see myself messing that up, but you never know. Well, let's just take a peek. What happened here? Nothing to commit, working on clean tree. Oh, I'm working on a really old branch. This branch doesn't even exist anymore. You know what? Let's just remove. And then we're going to do a repo clone. WinUtil. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to mess with that. I don't know the last time I worked on it in Linux. Power CFGL list. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see. All right, let's just go full screen with it. All right, power CFG list. It is there. So it should be the 720 BD1. Power. Well, that's odd. It adds it using that command, but it does not remove it using that command. Right? I feel like we should go ahead and add this GUID in there. Interesting. Oh, git. Can we check out? And it's not check out. What is the command line for switching branches? I've been using GitHub Desktop too much. I don't even have it on here. Really? Let's query GitHub. Yeah, it's a different GUID. So that would cause it to stick, yeah. I wonder if we could do like a query of it. It might work better. Oh, I don't think Nix doesn't have. Does Nix not have GitHub Desktop? Sure it does. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Oh no, it does. Yeah. Like, I'm sure it does. Nix has everything. Just about. Still Rocky. Still Rocky. Rocking along with Rocky. Do you have any trusted websites that download older ISOs? Oh man, I got the tool for you. This tool will download any Windows ISO from Microsoft. No joke. It is awesome. I meant to do a video about this a while back, but I just didn't. Here, 1 second. All right, there was a tool, and I can't remember what I did with it. Oh, did I put it in my ideas? I think I did somewhere. Maybe I didn't. I remember using it because I needed a specific ISO for a client site to do something, and this tool came in and saved my butt. I didn't put it in my ideas. Download any Windows ISO. What was it? Just download a random exe. That seems legit. highdoc.net. I don't know. I don't remember it being this tool. That looks shady as hell. Oh, okay. Downloading ISO files from Rufus. Yeah. I think Rufus is what I was using. Yeah, Rufus would be much better. Okay. Yeah. I trust Rufus. That other one, I was like, oh boy. That seems dicey. Okay, let's go to rufus.io. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Rufus. I think it's .ie. Yes. Alrighty. Hey, Rufus is on a 4.0 release. How about that? Okay, well, apparently the whole site's just garbage. So whatever. Let's just winget it. Winget? Oh, oops. Winget? No, winget's not recognized. Oh, come on. What? We're going to go the easy route here. We'll just use my toolbox here. Rufus. Install. Let's see if it works. I think I have to launch it twice on initial startup. Another thing to fix there. Let's just see. I don't think this is going to work, actually. Application. Okay, so it's broken on the latest edition. Good to know. Well then, we'll force install it. Or I think you could do... Oh, my goodness. This is the start page for Bing users? Oh, that's just nasty. At least Google gives me a blank start page. Like, you could learn a thing or two. Trending searches. Zombie drugs. Why is that trending? LA officials monitoring rising use of flesh-rotting zombie drug. Alright, well that's enough news for the day. Back to the issue at hand. Alright. Dude. Oh yeah, I was going to my GitHub page just to force install winget. There's a little PS1 file I made. Let's see if this works. I'll just grab the raw file. Oh, that's WinUtil. That's not PS1 I wanted. Winget PS1. That's it. We're just going to run this file. So we're just going to go IRM, paste our raw file, and type that. This should go out, add the PS gallery, yes, and NuGet, and then force install winget for us. But alas, could not be loaded. First, set execution policy unrestricted. Let's try that one more time. All right, let's see if that fixed our winget woes. I'm gonna have to fix that. That's annoying. All right, let's see. Now, can we do Rufus? I probably still need to reboot. Oh no, it worked. Cool. Yeah, still need to modify our script for that. I think I'll do that. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got our stuff. Rufus. I installed it. Did I not? Oops. All right, well, let's reboot. All right, let's see. I'm tired of UAC. Sorry. Close your eyes, chat. This is not happening. Just making some slight modifications. Did that grab Rufus? Okay, yeah, it did. It says it's installed, but it's not here. Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. It is here. I just need a reboot. As with everything on Windows. All right, here we are. We've installed Rufus using the Toolbox. Now we want to download any version of Windows. You should be able to actually select this. I think it's a little download. And then it should download or give us a thing. What version? So let's say we want version 10. And I wonder, it should give us a script with a whole bunch of builds. Yes. So then you can grab any build you want. Like my favorite build of Windows 10, let's say I didn't care about security and I just wanted a bare bones Windows 10 environment. I'd probably go the creators update 1703, I think was like peak Windows 10. And then everything after it was just hot garbage. 20H2 wasn't awful. That would be like my second favorite. And then the last two releases I have just like been not happy with at all. But you can download anything directly from the Rufus. I trust Rufus to do it properly. That would be my recommendation, to download and install any version of Windows you want. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, just do that and then install to your heart's content whatever version of Windows you want. Thanks, Rufus team, for putting that together. Yeah, you have to hit the little arrow button and then hit download and then do it. You might need to update your Rufus to version 4.0. That's the one I'm using right here. So you might be using an old version of Rufus. This is something they've added recently, I want to say. Yes, but no more navigating the weird nightmare ISO, media creation tool, all that garbage. Just use Rufus and you're done. Save you so much time. And also, let's say you really hate the 22H2 update because it's hot garbage. You can just go to like 20H2. That's great. And then just launch the Toolbox right here. Just go, okay, yeah, we need to fix our updates because Windows is going to take us on a wild ride and be a guinea pig, which nobody want to do that. So what we'll do is just go right into the Toolbox. And I do this on every system. And I want to get my updates under control. I just hit security settings. This sets our GPOs properly and says, hey, don't update to the next feature update. Just install security updates for me, Windows. I know your shenanigans. Exit out of that, and then you won't be bombarded with a whole bunch of bad updates. And then when you do, you can just relaunch the tool and flip it back to default settings if there is an update that you want to get. But otherwise, it's just going to grab the bare essentials, the security that you should be getting in Windows. So I always recommend security updates. And then if you do want to make the leap on a feature update, you just set it to default, download it, and then set it back. That's kind of my jam. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't run it through Wine. Did you just create your own flavor of Ninite? Pretty much. Yeah. So I just keep expanding it. So if I'm here, I usually just launch in and install whatever I need here. I am blending Chocolatey and Winget in the back end of this. So it's a little bit more powerful than obviously Night. You got a lot more options. Then you can just install what you need. So usually I'm like, hey, go ahead and install Brave for me. It should go through, grab it, download it, install it, and then it should pop up over here on the desktop. Bam, there it is, done. No more going to the web and doing all that and Yeah, selecting each thing. You can even like, let's say you have a selection and go, okay, I do all my stuff with like Brave, grab some Discord, GitHub Desktop. Oh, what else we got? VS Code's probably a popular one. Notepad++. And I love these tools right in here. If I'm on Windows, I usually am using them all the time. Let's grab some PowerShell. So then you just export this configuration. Let's say you want to use this and just export it as a default. You can clear it out, and then like let's say you have a new one, you can just import this in. We're working on a command line run of this, and then it just grabs all your selections. So on subsequent runs, you can just import whatever the setting is you want. Kind of a cool little addition. That was one of the last updates we did as well on the Toolbox. Still working on stuff. It's, you know, it's probably going to take 3 or 4 years before we really get it nice and polished down and add a whole bunch of stuff. There's one other thing I really wanted to do on the Toolbox. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to need to make that into our GitHub. Where is that? Do I have it? Let's go feature request. Oh, actually, I think I can just create a new issue. Feature request, reset network with netsh, add into tools, netsh int IP reset, and netsh winsock reset. This just would be really nice to have. I use that all the time to reset people's networks as well. Make a utility for Ubuntu to remove snaps and install Flatpak and block snaps from being installed. Yeah. That's actually a good idea, Creature Morph. I like it. We can totally do that. I started using the OpenShells menu for new installs. And it's so much cleaner than the OG start menu. I really like OpenShell for Windows 10, but I kind of like Windows 11 start menu. I know, heresy, but I kind of like the Windows 11 start menu more than OpenShell. Well, the thing is, Michael, most of the money I make these days are from people donating via the Toolbox. So we started this in 2020, and we've been working on this Toolbox for 3 years, I want to say. Let's see what the first commit was. So yeah, usually I lose interest, but the Toolbox has just been such a fan favorite that we've been doing it for a long time now. Let's see. Older. This might take a while. How do I see the oldest commit? Let's just go to an old branch, maybe. That'd probably be the best way to see. Oh, I deleted all the old branches. All branches? Is there now? Nope. I think I've already cleared out all the issues, too. Darn it. Let's see. Sort by oldest. Yeah. I want to say it was 2020, right? When I created the Toolbox. Yeah, decent tiling window manager. I've tried a bunch Solar Mass on Windows, and I just can't quite find anything I really like. Oh, yeah. Reminder, removing the ultimate power profile. I wonder if we could grep and... Let's see. Let's go chat GPT this. Because I want to query it. I don't want to just throw another UUID in there. I think the UUID we're grabbing is for Windows 10. And that's why it is there. Create PowerShell script to remove ultimate power profile in Windows 11 and 10. Okay, let's see what we got. GUID. See, that's another GUID. That's different. Again, can you query? Can you grab the GUID from Power CFG list? Ah, yes. There we go. Better. So we're gonna get a power grep string ultimate performance, blah blah blah. Power plan GUID. Is that check for ultimate power plans different? I like it. Thanks, ChatGPT. You just saved me a little bit of time. So let's oh yeah, we're gonna do GitHub Desktop too. Did that ever install GitHub Desktop? Ah, I did. Yay. Let's switch to branch. Fetch origin. I wonder what there's a heads branch and a remotes branch. What is going on there? Oh hell. Well, let's just create a new branch. Let's go new branch. Let's call this one fix power profile. Create branch. Alright. Now if we list, we're under fix power profile branch. Let's just vim into that. And power. So this is... Oh yeah, we gotta fix that too. So right now we're just grabbing all this. Feel like let's just do that. State equals enabled. Let's yank this. No. 1 second. Let's just call this GUID. All right. I still need to change my Vim bindings. One of these days. This word wrap kind of sucks. Okay. Oh, drink water. Good call. Good call. So, actually, I think that lines up a little bit better. So that'll be grabbing the GUID. Now, this will only do it if... I don't know why I'm making this so damn complicated. Hey, Ashlyn. Yeah, I was just working on some GitHub issues. This is just giving me some issues. And I was like, man, I want to fix it. So that adds the performance profile. If we go to disable, it should grab that, remove it, query it. Existing plan.delete. Where's it actually deleting the profile though? So existing plan, yeah. Existing plan.delete. Does that even work? I guess only one way to find out, right? All right, let's compile this too. Oh, I can't compile. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can compile. Has anybody ever tried to compile PowerShell in Linux? But I don't know. It seems like a bad idea, but let's do it. PowerShell. All right. Come on, Nix. Have me some PowerShell. Hey. Nix pulling through again. I need to make an alias for that. This seems like blasphemy. Heresy. But it works. It does. Oh my word. That's so cool. Nice. All right, cool. Let's publish this branch, shall we? Oh, wait. Let's do a summary. Fix power profile query. Commit. Push. All right. So now we got this new branch. Let's come on over to our windows. Why am I doing it this way? I just like to make life difficult. Skip. Now what I'm gonna do, let's go to our branches, fix power profile branch, and then we're gonna just grab this guy. We go to the raw file, grab that. Yeah, we're gonna just go IEX. All right, launch into this guy. So if we look at our power profile real fast, we're just gonna go run, control, power options. You can see we're on ultimate. So let's say it's imbalanced. We close that out. We come into our tweaks, remove invalid parameter. I'm telling you, unlimited ultimate power plan does not exist. I think it does. I just don't see. Okay. It says neither's working now. So it's not able to add ultimate because it doesn't exist. I feel like the query should happen because that GUID seems to change with every single version of Windows. So I need to find a way to query that a little better. You run in PowerShell on Linux. Ashlyn, that's pretty amazing right there. Variable incorrect. Oh, yeah. Let's check. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. I changed the variable and then I never bothered to look back on it. Yeah. So I made it GUID, which is fine for this right here, power duplicate GUID. But down here, I changed it to power plan GUID, and then this does not exist. I was sitting there going, existing plan dot delete. That doesn't work. Like, what's it calling there? That's what I didn't. Yeah. Let's just see. Let's just see if ChatGPT can figure it out. Doesn't delete plan. Invalid syntax. Yeah, ChatGPT, when it works, it's great. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't think this is proper. I think something like this would be more in order. And then just take that, replace that. I feel like that would be a better setup. Boom. Right? Oh, Open Assistant. Oh yeah, I looked at Chimera OS. They were pretty cool. It was originally called Gamer OS. I was one of the very first people to actually look at it. And then he renamed the distro to Chimera. I don't know the story behind that. It's interesting though. Lazy G fix syntax. Okay. Shoop. I think the raw file, we have to wait a minute or two before it actually catches up. But let's try it. Okay. Power scheme does not exist, and we can remove. Yeah. So it hadn't updated yet, I don't think. Give it a second. Yeah, it's really amazing, a lot of the AI stuff. I really love it though. Like, a lot of people are worried about their jobs and those types of things with AI, but it's not something I'm concerned about. If anything, it's just gonna give me the ability to do more faster, which is great. I know, I never did update my my what's up. All right, let's check this out again. I bet you should have the next one. I don't think that syntax is working. Let's see if we can't move up to GPT-4. All right, create a PowerShell script to remove Ultimate PowerShell by querying power CFG to find and install or remove it. Definitely different than 3.5 here. Yeah. So this is great for removing. I do like how this is doing. You can see it's doing a stream, outstring the stream of it into that variable, which I do enjoy. And then it's reading it a little bit cleaner than 3.5 had it. Let's see. Let's see what we got. K1, if you're looking for one just to play games on, you might just do like an Atlas OS. As long as you're not downloading like game cracks or you going on the browsing the web and stuff like that, you should be fine for a gaming environment because it strips out all the other stuff. But again, I wouldn't, it depends on the person. All right, let's create a PowerShell script to install Ultimate Power Profile on Windows 10 and 11, all versions. Let's see if it spits out a direct GUID or if it's going to be able to call it of some sort. Now, see, it always gives me a different GUID. So we'll correct GPT-4 here and just say, hey, this is great and all, but the GUID is different between... Okay. Hey, HGH. I didn't play Server Slam. I was busy this weekend. Didn't quite get it. All right, so we got, this is GPT-4 right here. Isn't the GID different in Windows 10 and 11? Really? GUID Ultimate per Power Plan Windows 11. Says that's it. Maybe that is it. Maybe I just have the wrong GUID in there somehow. Yeah, it says 749 EB61. All right, ChatGPT, you win this round. All right, if enabled. But what I don't like about this Power CFG right here I want to say we need this script block command equals right like that. Because I don't, since we're using, oh, I don't think this is going to work because of run spaces. Damn it. I think I know how to do this. Oh, heck yeah. All right, HGH. Congrats on the raise, man. So, invoke command script block. I think what we'll do, oops, actually, trying to think of the best way to do this. Yeah. Just thinking, yeah, for the power plan profile there, I know that's gonna work, but it's not quite the way I want to do it. Alrighty. Let's just shut down our test environment. We're going to boot into Windows native. I just want to see this in real time, just to make sure ChatGPT's not feeding me a bunch of garbage. Did I have anything else open? I didn't. BSPWM. I meant to actually edit that today, and then somehow I think on the GitHub issues, we kind of went down a rabbit hole just tracking down this power profile, and then one thing led to another, and then this stream didn't turn out at all the way I wanted it to, but that's usually how my streams go. There we go. Hey, Windows updates are available. Really? Why is it kicking me Windows updates? Is what I want to know. That worries me. Make sure we have our security updates in. All right. Oh, yeah. I did get the money back from the old eBay graphics card. Everything's right with the world. I didn't even have to pay for shipping or anything because it was damaged in shipping, so it was all aces at the end of the day. All good. Let's pull origin. Let's see. We should have power profile under origin. Let's fetch it. See if our ChatGPT session's still up. I do love that they keep my session. Nice. Okay. Got that. And alrighty. We'll do some error checking here, actually. I'm curious to see on the invoke. I was just writing invoke command script block. Script blocks right here. Create script. Okay. Program winget. I think. See, this one isn't using the script block command. This one's just going straight up start process file path winget. Okay. For this one, when we're executing chocolatey, yeah, that's just directly from their website. All right. Where are you, power profile? There you are. No, I hadn't done Wayfire. I think actually there was a stream there where we did all of the window managers. I think we might have loaded up Wayfire for a minute. All right, here's this one for removing it. So if we go to disabled, paste this in. We're going to try not to actually do this output command. Let's just comment that out. Oops. I can't remember how to comment. What was the comment shortcut in VS Code? I thought you just highlight what you needed and then you just, is it bash sign? I can't remember. Like control? No. Comment code? Control KC, that's it. All right, thank you. Control KC. Perfect. It's like, I know there's a hotkey for this. I've used it in the past. I keep switching between Vim and VS Code, and I think I'm just getting worse at both. All right, we got that. Now, for this guy over here, that should be good. Fix that up. All right, that looks to be good for me. Everything I'm seeing, except for if... No, that's working. Yeah, we're good. All that's solid. Closing brackets, open brackets, all that's good. Let's save that. Let's compile it. And then we'll pull up GitHub Desktop. You can see the changes. We're just going to call this really descriptive commit. And let's go check that out. Oh, control / as well. Okay. Yeah, there's always a different different ways to skin that cat. All right. So now we got fixed power profile. Our WinUtil was fixed. Let's look at the raw file. Good. It looks like it's already updated the cache. So with that, we will launch into our script. We'll just do an IRM, IEX that, come into our tweaks, add profile. Power profile already exists. Remove. Says it removed it. I don't believe you. Invalid parameters, try /?. I think it messed up on the power CFG. I think there was a little bit of a problem with it, but let's check. I bet ultimate performance is still there. Let's close that. Remove. Yeah. There's a syntax error, which is fine. Yeah. Which is something we can easily resolve here. Yeah. Let's just look at the code. I bet you it's something silly. Found power screen. Okay. So if it matches found with GUI with GUID. That's wrong. The GUID, it's grabbing the wrong value. This should be an actual value. Chat GPT, you led me wrong. Do we really need to look up the GUID? I feel like I'm overcomplicating this. I could just take that GUID and be done. But at this point in time, I don't know. Yeah. GUID is not a GUID. Okay, well that is definitely different. Okay. I feel like that's a better script. Should we run it first just to see if it works outside of the script? I feel like we should at this point. Although, nah, it's gonna work. I've got a good feeling about this one. I don't always test my code in production, but kidding. Kinda. All right. I like that better. So comparing it to the other one, pretty much the same, but no, that's the same. The GUID split here, where this one, if you look at it, it was using a regex method of grabbing it. And this one's using the -split command through PowerShell. All right. Oh, it seems like you repeat the last line of code twice. All right. We have that in. Let's close this out. Now, when we go to tweaks, we go to remove. That didn't update. I bet you that's GitHub not updating the raw. The raw files sometimes like take a couple minutes to update on GitHub. Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier about Nintendo and some of their shenanigans with suing. I think they were doing takedown notices on GitHub for open emulation stuff. But it'll be fine. We'll just move it to like Bitbucket or what is it, CodeShack. I mean, there's a ton of Git repositories. GitLab probably is a little too big, so I don't think they'd probably move it there. Try it one more time. Yeah, it's still grabbing the regex, which was the old method. Is there a way to let's do a control shift F5. Control F5. No. Come on, man. Oh. It's not GitHub. It's me. Such a goob. Forgot to compile it. That would help. I forgot to compile the code, so I was rerunning the same thing. That's beautiful. All right, now it's gonna work. I don't think it's... Hell, we can try it. I don't think it's gonna update that quickly. Yeah, but let's double check. So updated now. If we go to raw, let's go GUI. Is it using regex for the disabling? So here's the enable, which this does work. It's still using regex over here. So if we do a refresh or a control refresh, yeah, I think it takes a little bit. But just to verify that that did go through, we did remove the regex. Yeah, because we're doing a split now. Kind of reminds me like awk. But PowerShell version. Yeah, I think Canonical and Microsoft are pretty much in bed with each other, but I don't know if, I think Canonical wants Microsoft to buy them, and I don't think Microsoft will. They're like, meh. Okay, well, that one does show this method, and if we look over here, what was that, line 1542. Why does that give me so many problems? 1542. Okay, now this looks reflective of the changes. And if we go regex, still there over here, but flush it. Oh, I should just launch this locally, so I'm not sitting here flushing this the entire time. It's just kind of silly of me. I just do that. I don't know why. Why I bother. Oops. We are missing a parse error. Where did I go wrong? Oh. Oopsies. This is why we just do it locally. Makes it faster. The try statement is missing a catch or its final block. Is it though? I did save it, right? Yeah, I got autosave on. I need to go get some more water. I ran out of all my water. All right, 1564. Oh, got to run the compile again. I don't know why I keep forgetting to compile. Just having one of them days. Some days are good, some days are bad. Today was a limited brain power day. Found power scheme with GUI ID 3FF71E4D removing. That's what I like to see. And then if we go to power options, huzzah! All right, add power scheme ultimate performance not found. Adding power scheme ultimate performance not found. Okay, I mean, a little redundant, but let's go control power options ultimate performance. Sweet. All right, remove. Okay, it found the scheme, and the GUI GUID did change once again. How strange. You guys seeing this? I don't know what that's doing, but no wonder it kept failing. We had to query the GUI. Let's add it again. Okay, remove it again. It changed the darn GUID again. How bonkers is that? I don't understand the rhyme or reason. It all works now, but that is wacky. Like, why is this... The GUID gets completely randomized once you add ultimate performance profile. Like, why wouldn't they keep that the same? The adding of it is easy enough. One thing I do need to change with this before we do our final commit. It does work. Everything's gravy. Not found. Added. Power scheme already exists. That would be fine. But what is happening here? So we get the added. That's the enabled section. And then it hits the disabled section right here. Okay. Let's just clear this out. All right. I like this. Yeah. That's wild though. That's a weird Windows bug. Like, why would you need it to change? Like, obviously the GUID for ultimate performance is this, because this is a static thing. ChatGPT, Google, everyone's like, this is the ultimate performance GUID. But as soon as we add it, it randomizes the GUID, and then it's just like, you got to query that using Power CFG to even get it out. So bonkers. Anyhow, that all should work pretty darn well. This else statement is redundant. I think someone in chat mentioned that earlier. So that I'll get rid of that as well. So there's the if is equal and enabled. I feel like this should be an else if instead. Disabled. Let's just compile that one more time. All right. And then we're going to run it one last time. Tweaks. Add. Power scheme added. Already exists. Already exists. All right. Now remove. Remove successfully. Oh, that's chef's kiss. Perfect. Does not get any better than that. We're just gonna go power profile fix. I should put final on it. All right, we got that. We can probably do a PR back into our main branch for fix power profile. We're changing this up. This is all right. Let's just create the PR. All right, fix power profile. Beep. Gotta love all my commits here. Let's see what we're getting on the changes. Yeah, all that looks good. Load diff. I don't know why that's so different. I guess because the compile's a little different, or maybe it must have done like a code formatting. VS Code might have formatted it differently or something. I don't know. Seems like it did, which is a little bit odd, but whatever. It does look fine. Why is it 2x the same output for the first action? I don't know. Don't know. Let's let our unit tests run. Just kind of a weird deal there with some of the change. I would imagine we removed probably like I would imagine it was like a bracket or something, and then it changed the indentation of the entire WinUtil PS1 file, which again, that one doesn't matter too much just because of all the things. Let's see. Config, tweaks config file. Tweaks should contain original value. Interesting. What is this? I'm tired of my unit test not failing. Was that line 71? Ah, whatever. One of these days I'll figure out unit testing and not just be a complete failure. But that isn't today. Merge. Let's merge it. Squash and merge. Delete branch. Now that I'm doing this, I kind of want to get everybody's feedback in chat, especially from those people that actually develop. Because at the end of the day, I am not a developer yet, at least. I don't consider myself one. I feel like bundling a whole bunch of commits into a test sprint for like a month or two, it's hard to track things, but I like that methodology when we have so many contributing, like 50 people contributing to the file. If everyone had created their own branch, it would just be mass. It would just be madness. So I feel like I like working off a fresh branch anytime I make something. Like this was a fresh fixed power profile branch that I knew I was going to work on and then merge it back in. But other people would probably be working on other branches. That would cause problems. So never mind. I answered my own question after I thought about it. Having just a test branch is just a good idea. So when we have the testing branches here, with it being one pull behind, can we just create that and go from main to testing? Yeah, just squash and merge, please. It's like, I don't want this to be behind. So now it's fine. There's not much of a difference between the free utility and the one website buy. It's just a way to just kick me a couple bucks to donate to the project. A lot of people do it. So I'm really appreciative those that do it, and it just gives them an executable they can just kind of toss up. But opening up PowerShell, doing an IRM, christitus.com/win, and then pipe an IEX is the same thing essentially as what I'm doing with the executable. The executable is a wrapper. I will probably eventually create something with like a WinUI 3 terminology that would be really clean. Right now I'm just kind of getting a lot of the code in for a lot of this stuff that it's just nice to have. But yeah, don't feel compelled to buy it. You're not getting anything extra, so to speak. Maybe in the future that'll change, but as of today, no, it's just an easier way to run the utility with an executable. But I do appreciate those that do. All right, so we've got that done. I think I'm going to end the stream here, as this was a really good bug that's been hanging around for a while in the issues. It feels good to finally get that 766. We've got like one issue done, but Just made a new commit number 766 that fixes duplicate power profiles, and the remove button now works properly. Feels good. Only 252 more issues to go. Actually, I think I opened up my own issue to do the reset network. So I think it's actually, yeah, got a little bit of work to go. Dawn. Yeah, let's finish the rest of the issues before we log off. It should only take a couple hours. Yeah. Although some of these are probably, let's see, exploit protection settings broken. I think this was, yeah, this was fixed. It was WinMGMT 760 by Pad. Pad fixed that up for us. Yeah, so we'll fix. Let's get a couple more in. Let's get it down to 250. That sounds like a good bit. Task manager takes ages to close. Seems like the issue is in the disable services tweak. I have to investigate that. I haven't seen that myself. Offline persistence would be nice to have. There is an offline exe. You can always download the PS1 script here and run it in your PowerShell with an unrestricted execution policy. All right, 250. I was like, is there any other BS issues in here? Probably. Choose which updates. I don't know about that one. Add support for servers. Oh hell, I don't know about that. I don't want to be responsible blowing up some business's stuff. And we need a button that deletes Windows and installs Debian. I mean, it's possible. I could set something up. It'd be hilarious. Just wondering why you link the PR in the issue rather than the other way around. Ah, Rin, yeah. That's just me being stupid. That's, thank you for pointing that out. I need to just link that in my commits. I guess it's because I know something's wrong, but I'm not necessarily referencing that issue. In this instance, I was referencing the issue, and I should have done exactly that. Just in the PR, just been like, fixing issue number and then specifying that issue, and then that way it automatically gets linked in there, and then I close it out and then person can see, hey, it was fixed in the recent PR. So yeah, that was me being dumb on this last one, but a lot of times I know something's broken and then I'll get like 4 or 5 issues and then I forget to reference them in the PR. So yes, big brain in the future will reference the issues before merging the PR, and that way it just automatically shows it and I just go into each issue and hit close. Thank you. That's a much better way of doing it. That's just me being a GitHub noob. But you know, GitHub's such a weird learning curve. I will say the more I use it, the more I love it though. Like there's just there's such a deep ocean of stuff on GitHub, especially when you start getting to like unit testing and a lot of the tasks you can do, the automated tasks with GitHub, project management, referencing and maintaining projects. There's just so much you can do with GitHub, and I still have a lot to learn. Yeah. GitHub is owned by Microsoft, but Microsoft hadn't done much with GitHub that I've seen that's been too terrible yet being the key word in that sentence. But I still absolutely love GitHub. So until they do ruin it, I guess I'll use it. Although I was looking at, I think it was Code Shack or something. There was another one that popped up and I was like, ooh, that looks cool. Was it Code Shack? No. Was it? Bitbucket was weird. I think that was old. So there's GitLab, Bitbucket, and there was a newer one that a lot of people were using as well. But I don't know. Jenkins.io. There's that too. Yeah.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, bud. I'm about to shut her down.
Okay.
I'll be in a minute.
Mom was leaving, and I just wouldn't have really anyone to talk to.
Okay, I'll be in a minute. I'm finishing up. Oh yeah, server. I think SVN pissed off Linus Torvalds, and that's why he was like, "I'm dumping this and I'm creating Git." And he was the creator of Git, and he just gave it all away basically. And yeah, that was the whole reason. It wasn't SourceForge. SourceForge is older than sin. But it was, man, I can't remember what project I was messing around. And I was like, oh, this looks cool. And it was like, it wasn't GitHub, but it was neat. But I can't remember what it was now. I've seen more Linuxy projects start to pop up on it. Yeah. Gidia. Was it Gidia? Yeah. There's a bunch of them out there. But yeah, so far I just use GitHub for now. But you know, if something happens and Microsoft becomes like just a tyrant of it, I'll probably change it. But so far, I'm like, hey, this is cool. I probably will end up like cloning it and making a local backup of some sort. But today, I'm kind of like, it's fine. Fine for now. All right, y'all. I'm shutting her down. Alex, it's good seeing you. Hello and goodbye, all at the same time. Take it easy, y'all. Love y'all. Take it easy. Thursday, we'll figure out what we're doing for Thursday. Should be a fun one. Let's see what I'm figuring out on that one. I know. Oh, before everybody leaves, or you know, those that actually hung around, I don't know. This is something I'm thinking about. I'm redoing my desk here. Right now, it's kind of mounted to the wall. I could do like a mobile station, and I wanted to remanufacture my desk, and I was going to do a little woodworking. I don't know if that's something y'all would watch. Me with a circular saw is a little bit of a scary thought, but it could be entertaining, as that'd be a fun one. Probably circular saw, some sanding involved. I'll probably just use lacquer for the finish, or maybe I'd do some polyurethane, and then make my own new desk. I think I'll do some poly on the next one, and because the lacquer's fine, but it's, I don't know, poly would have been better. It just I wanted it done like right now, so I used that. Yeah. All right. Yeah. How about Thursday? We're gonna plan on doing some woodworking on that stream. Yeah, I made my own desk. So, I really like making my own stuff, like my own soundboards. Like, if you actually look over here, let me just bring this up. Let's, yeah, so these right here and back here with the little lights behind them, those are all made by me. The thing was, I had all these stupid black panel stuff. If you watch some of my old videos, I put up this foam garbage on the wall, and I hated it. So what I ended up doing was getting a roll of fabric, which was free. It was just given to me. And then I just made a wood box and put some rock wool in it, and then surrounded it with this fabric, and then made these panels. And the panels work so good, way better than the crappy black foam stuff you stick on the walls that you pay a fortune for. And it's just awesome. So that's what I did for this. And a lot of the stuff I end up, making ends up being better than the really expensive garbage that you buy in the store or on Amazon. And I was like, for my desk, I started doing that, and I was like, man, I really like this desk. I just wish it was bigger. So I want to, this is my, V1 of it. I wish I could take my camera and show you guys, but for version 1 of it, I'm like, I like it, but there's some things I'd do different. I want it to extend like out to here, probably give me another couple inches on this side, and then that I could mount like an overhead cam to do like a PC build, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's so much better just building your own. Yeah, because a lot of the desks you buy in the store too, it's just particle board with like a veneer, and it's not the same as like just going and buying 3/4 inch plywood. So much better. So yeah, just my 2 cents on that. All right, well, Thursday, that's what we're gonna do. Take it easy, all. Great stream. Glad we got that PR done. It was more difficult than I really thought it would be, but that's okay. We got there in the end. And I think it'll be fun. Yeah, I did notice the sheet of plywood I'm reusing was almost $100. Some really nice plywood for 8 foot by, I think it was like 8 foot by 4 foot or 8 foot by 6 foot. I can't remember, but it's a pretty big sheet, and I still have a lot of it left over, so we're gonna use that for that. And I'm gonna go drink some water. All right, y'all, take it easy. Have a great one. Oh, and this weekend my son wanted to build a computer with me, so hopefully we'll have the new desk installed and an overhead shot and actually build a computer. Yeah, it'll be fun. Deuces.